Presented by Sprite, the 2K Sports pregame show.
With the call.
It's the NBA brought to you by 2K Sports on this very special Easter Sunday. Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Doris Burke joining us from the sidelines. From the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, we're set to bring you a Central Division battle between the Cavaliers and the Chicago Bulls. And certainly this is a game with playoff implications, as a win here would guarantee them the best record in the Eastern Conference.
This team has already played well, and it really believes that it can get business taken care of on the road, too. So they don't have any worries when they go away from home.
Not yet, anyway. But, you know, that could change if the first few games on this trip don't go according to plan. And you know how it is, Clark. I mean, you can get on a bad roll very easily, especially on the road.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Inside, Gibson and Noah. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the backcourt. And it's McDermott in at the 3. Well, it's funny, Clark, some people thought that Joakim Noah was considered a bust when drafted by Chicago.
Very premature assessment of that young man. I tell you, you talk about having to eat crow for those who felt that way. A two-time NCAA champion, Noah has now rightly become revered as the heartbeat of this scrappy Bulls team, an All-NBA, an All-Star, and also an All-NBA defensive player as well.
Here's Gibson. Sean Marion making his last shot. Shot clock at 6. And the wide open shot from Rose. No good with the triple. Chicago on defense. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And they drew so many fouls in that game, guys. That was one area that really stood out when you watched it.
Yeah, guys, to me, that was just a case of lack of discipline on the other side. And I can't say any more than that on it.
Well, Noah has that boisterous, playful personality. I think his quirks maybe threw people off early on, but he's a wonderful teammate. He's unselfish, and I think more than anything, you know, his unguarded personality has sort of helped him connect with his teammates.
Can't get it to go. Nice D from Verejao. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Irving kicks to Love. Now Verejao inside. Missed inside.
And for Noah, who is really gregarious and outgoing off the court, but you get in between those lines and his intense competitiveness becomes apparent. I mean, he's locked in and all business. Fierce, fierce competitor, laser focused on winning, and he's not worried about making a few enemies in the process.
Here's Irving after the made shot from Joakim Noah. Irving dishes to James. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power the
kick out to Rose. Back to Butler. Pass to Noah. And he gets it to go. Noah's got his second basket.
Yeah. Are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And that's going to open things up for them on the perimeter going forward, Clark.
Rose against Irving. It's a pick by Love. The drive by James. Off the pick. Shot's good from Love.
Defense just has to fight over the top of those screens.
Especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, he doesn't miss too many open shots.
Rose, no good.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
LeBron passes to Verja. The kick out to Irving. There's the feed to James. Cleveland moving it around. Poke loose, and it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. While we're on a short break, we've got some time to break down the steal leaders at the shooting guard position over the last month. You look at Butler, always dangerous on the court. He leads the league.
You know, he's often forced to guard the opponent's top player on the perimeter, and still he's made his way all the way up there on the steals list.
Yeah, he enjoys those challenges, loves them, as a matter of fact. I mean, he wants those tough assignments, and he is really active defensively, Steve.
They get it back.
Boy, he shows a lot of desire when he's fighting for that tough board, and his length doesn't hurt either.
That's good from McDermott on the assist by Rose. McDermott's got his first points in this one. For Cleveland, they've gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Outside Irving. He's looking for Love and finds him. The kick out to LeBron. Passes it to Irving from outside the arc. That doesn't go in either for Irving. Dishes it to Rose. Outside Butler. Pass to McDermott. He feeds it to Gibson. And a strong finish with 2 hands. No challenge from the defense there. Clark could have put that one through any way he wanted.
And I love the choice there, partner. Going hard to the hoop for that throwdown.
Yeah, that's invisible defense leading to a very visible finish.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
And they did a great job closing that game out. And in the end, it turned out to be a relatively comfortable win for them.
Yeah, I love to talk pedal to the metal, and that's exactly what they did. They made certain there weren't going to be any last-minute miracles. A chance here, Kevin, to see where the Cavaliers currently rank in the NBA. First in assists, first in shooting percentage. And they're also ranked #1 in taking care of the ball. Not many turnovers. They value possessions like no other.
Yeah, and the one thing that really jumps out at me when you talk about all these stats, Clark, is the assists. I mean, this is a team that has been very unselfish. They're sharing the ball, they're moving, they're really getting a good flow to their offense. And as a result, they're finding pretty high percentage shots almost every possession.
Now here's LeBron coming off a solid outing against Miami. Here's Irving, and good on the basket. Book it. Irving's got his first basket of the night.
Boy, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the...
At the elbow, it's Rose. Lays it up and banks it in.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
Wow. They moving the ball right now. They look good.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right. A nice shot by Irving.
Not trying to rattle any rims or racks there. Just up and in with the finger roll.
The Bulls have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. And it's Rose penetrating. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. 6 points for Joakim Noah.
All the points these defenders are allowing inside is inexcusable. That's 5 baskets in a row, and they've all been practically lay-ins.
Yeah, they've got to harden and toughen up down there, guys.
Now, here is Irving. And he also played a big role in their last game with Miami.
You know, he operates so well close to the bucket. There's nothing he likes more than seeing an opening inside.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Chicago.
Guys, they're really passing the ball well here in the first half.
Something else they've done a good job of tonight, you know, right from the start, is penetrating and scoring.
Free throw good, James. Well, a question you have to wonder as we watch LeBron play in his prime, should we be more in awe, Clark, of him from a historical standpoint? He has a chance, as many people think, to be the best of all time when he hangs them up.
He's right in that discussion. He's arguably already in the top 10. Actually, in my opinion, he is in the top 10. Clearly, right now, if he stopped playing, he'd be in the top 10 with a chance to be on some people's top 5 list. He's a once-in-a-generation kind of player, but so too were others. Oscar, Wilt,
well said,
Elgin, and guys of that ilk. But I think it will be a long time before we see anybody quite like him in size, strength, speed, and skill.
Well put. Here's LeBron following the basket by Doug McDermott. Some firepower, Clark and Steve, from this offense.
Yeah, Kevin, how about the air of confidence? I mean, they really look like they believe in what they're doing.
Yeah, a little swagger here from this team. They're in a nice groove.
Now here's Butler. A 23-point game for him in the win against Detroit.
And he was just lurking defensively in that game, Kevin. 4 steals during that ball game.
The Cavaliers trail by 7. And the Cavaliers call time here.
Well, Doug McDermott, a senior out of Creighton, one of the all-time great scorers in college basketball history. In fact, 3,150 points. That ranks him 5th all-time in Division I. And he's not just a great shooter. He's a scorer who can create his own shot in a number of ways.
A different look now for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Verejao. Harris comes in for Kevin Love. And Dion Waiters subbed in for Sean Marion. Chicago also making some changes. Pau Gasol is checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Heinrich in for McDermott. Now, here is Irving, averaging 19 points per contest. The dish to Thompson. It's tipped. Derrick Rose grabs the miss. And McDermott, the first player in 30 years, Clark, to make the AP All-America first team 3 consecutive times. It's only been done 10 times before.
Well, he was absolutely fantastic as a college player. One of the best college careers in the history of college hoops, Kevin. No doubt about that. There were some questions about how his game would translate to the NBA. Not a question mark for me. This is a guy who I think, while he might not be a superstar, he's going to be more than a serviceable long-term pro.
Take a look at the rebound totals, guys. That's +5 now on the glass.
And, Steve, I don't think there's any question which team came out with more energy and enthusiasm.
Heinrich against LeBron. The pass to Rose. Clock at 6. And he can extend the lead to double digits.
Poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be. Not really the shot they were looking for, but still they got it to go. Well, LeBron James having his nose broken last season by Serge Ibaka. Short of that, he can seem at times invulnerable. His durability, just one more thing that sets him apart.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And LeBron, over his career, dealing with a few back issues, but he's been able to remain remarkably healthy.
Kevin, incredibly durable, given the punishment he absorbs night in and night out and the load he's asked to carry by his team at both ends of the floor. That's another element that makes you shake your head about what he's been able to do in his career.
You're right. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Cleveland. And Chicago also making a switch. Brooks checked in. LeBron dishes to Dellavedova. Feeds it to Thompson. Kicks it to Waiters. Takes it off the glass. And now just a 5-point Bulls lead.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
On the wing, Brooks, averaging 6 points per contest. He dishes it to Heinrich. And here is LeBron. Here's Waiters. Off target from outside.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, a little frustrated now, shaking his head after that miss.
Gasol setting the pick for Brooks. The kick outside to Butler. There's the block. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And a chance now to look at the small forwards who have been dominant this season offensively. LeBron James, number one.
Well, slasher, scorer, call him whatever you want, but the bottom line is he can tear the rest of the NBA to shreds when he gets going.
That's exactly right. I mean, he's the number one guy you have to account for when you take them on. I mean, he's the primary guy in the scouting report. Even if you can't stop him, you've got to try to make him work for his opportunity.
Now here's LeBron, right now averaging 31 points a game. Here's Waiters. Thompson against Heinrich. Here's Butler. James with the block. A minute 50 left here in the first quarter. He kicks it to Dellavedova. Pass to Harris. It's deflected. And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will return.
He's right around 9 points a night, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Looking at those numbers, you'd probably say, yeah, that's about what we'd expect out of him.
Which isn't really what any player wants to hear. I mean, you don't want to meet expectations. You want to underpromise and overdeliver. You want to exceed expectations, and maybe we'll start to see him do that shortly.
Here's Dellavedova. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
They've done a terrific job rebounding here so far, allowing no second-chance points.
Brooks outside. Tries to snap the cold streak, and it's in off the backboard. Mirotic has got his first points of the night.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Yeah, the shots have been falling, that's for sure. The offense really in a good groove.
Now here's LeBron. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. James has got 5 now.
And that's why teams emphasize the use of screens and picks, just to get you some open looks like that one.
Chicago calls timeout. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
Remember in that last matchup, they really snuck out a win, a close game. And it came down to a few mistakes at the end. The forcing turnovers, I thought, was the difference.
Taking a look back over the last month, Kevin, let's check out how Cleveland stacked up. First in rebounding, first in assist, and they're also number 1 in shooting percentage. This is a team that prides itself on taking high-quality shots.
And probably what impresses me the most, Clark, out of all those stats you're talking about is the rebounds per game, because this is a team that has become very physical. They'll put a body on you, and they'll really dominate the paint if you don't stand up to the task and really attack them back.
The Bulls leading by 5. I don't think they're counting on turnovers to pull this one off.
You'd like to have them if you can get them, Kevin. You can play aggressively. You try to get into the passing lanes, but an aggressive play is a two-way street. If you don't settle down, your mistakes could be your own.
And he gets it to go.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Cleveland's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Dellavedova, the pass to Thompson. LeBron outside. We've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Shots good by Waiters.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
Yeah, and even though it's early, I mean, that's a great sign for them for the rest of the game.
Now here's Heinrich. Right now averaging 5 points a game. And Gasol gets it to go.
And he just used his height that time down low. That's going to be pretty hard to defend against.
Dellavedova kicks to Waiters. James in the post. The feed now to Thompson. 4 seconds left. Misses at the rim. That will count. Can't get it to go. And so the first quarter wraps up without too much action on the scoreboard. Bulls lead by 8. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
Hey, Mr. Venom. Yo, hola.
This Tuesday, April 7th, Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers. Big-time hoops coming your way.
Well, we hope you're enjoying your Easter as we are here as we get underway once again. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, Clark and Steve, what have they been doing or not doing?
And it's really been a dominant effort on the glass. That's been the key here.
Yeah, they've established nice low post presence, which always tends to help you on the rebounding battle.
The Cavaliers trail by 8. Irving and Waiters, the guards. Marion is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. Now here's Love. A 17-point game for him in the win against Miami. Waiters dishes to Love. Can't get it to go. And the Bulls going the other way now.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
Well, you get more rebounds, you get more possessions, more shots at the hoop, and oftentimes that decides the game.
Nice work there coming off the screen. 8 points for Dion Waiters.
And he came off that screen. The defense just couldn't get over the top. Beautiful play.
Yep, and without a hand in his face, he's going to bury those.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, for Doug McDermott, he feels as though he's been overlooked a lot in his career, but he's learned to let it go, saying, I've always had a chip on my shoulder because I didn't have any scholarship offers. It was more trying to prove people wrong early in my career. Now I feel like I've established myself, and I'm just playing for the love of the game. Good motivation, guys.
Man, the game's in his veins, don't you think, Doris? It's what he loves. Thank you. Clock at 2. And here's Love from the arc, and that is good. Love's got 5 now.
You know, Kevin Love is not just a great rebounder. He's one of the most complete offensive players in the league. He scores down low. He can make threes. There's not much he doesn't do offensively.
Now here's Noah. 8 points for him. Outside Butler. From 10 feet out. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Well, Kevin Love with great footwork and balance inside and out. On the perimeter, he can hit threes on the move. Inside, he knows how to use his pivot foot and use up fakes to get himself to the foul line.
And Kevin Love drawing fouls in bunches, and Clark shoots a high percentage at the stripe.
Yeah, and he's an outstanding passer out of double teams too, Kevin. I mean, he really is a force. And he does it efficiently and low to the ground. You know, he's not a high-rising guy, but highly skilled.
Anderson Varejão's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Rose, he's checked in for Chicago. Now, here is Irving. Marion, a screen on Butler. Marion outside from the arc. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Noah's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And that hard work on the boards needs to continue. That could be what swings this game eventually. Well, solid numbers for this club from the free throw line this season, shooting about 77% collectively.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved. Some outstanding numbers in this one for Butler. He has 9 points, and he's contributed 3 points from the line, too.
Yeah, those are always easy points. I mean, when you can get to the line and knock them down, sometimes that's the difference in the game, Clark.
Now here's Waiters. He's got 8. Love with a wide open look, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he is not helping their offense.
And it's Rose penetrating, trying to get open as Butler cashes in for a double-digit lead. And now a 10-point Bulls lead.
And he may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
Irving passes to Waiters. Love with the screen for Waiters. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. 10 points for Dion Waiters.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Noah with a screen on Irving, and it's Rose penetrating. And Gibson kicks to Rose. Outside Butler. McDermott dishes to Butler. Shot clock at 5. Left side Butler. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Berejau's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Waiters with the ball. Butler covering. And it's Irving missing. The Bulls leading by 8. Butler passes to Rose. McDermott kicks to Gibson. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. And let's check out a group of shooting guards that have been doing some dirty work inside lately, averaging the most rebounds per game at their position over the last 10 games. You look at Butler, one of the game's best, second in the league.
And these are sort of your do-it-all guys. You know, even if rebounding isn't necessarily a priority for shooting guards, it's still an important skill to have.
Yeah, I agree with you. As much as you can do to help your team, you increase your value and your importance. And the guys on this list give their team a huge boost with their ability to squeeze the orange.
Now here's Waiters, following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. Here's Love. It's rebounded by Noah. Noah's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebounding.
Well, you have to rebound to win, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
Now here's Rose. 23 points for him the last game against Detroit.
And don't forget, guys, his playmaking was sensational. I mean, he saw the floor, making the game so easy for his teammates.
Those are what we call confidence building blocks.
The Cavaliers trail by 10. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Here's Waiters. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
Boy, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Gibson with it. Sean Marion covering. Rose dishes to Noah. Back to Rose. Noah against Berejau. Passes it to McDermott. Rose gets a wide open look. No good on the 3. The Cavaliers have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9.
That's pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Gibson setting the pick for Rose. Noah the screen. Rose kicks to Gibson. From 17 feet out. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Derrick Rose, born and raised on the south side of Chicago, now playing for his hometown Bulls. He even became a partner and endorser for Chicago's top deep dish pizza chain. He does represent this town.
And Rose drops them both.
Oh my God.
You talk about Derrick Rose's culinary interest. He's looked to change his diet for the better.
Yeah, he needed to, Kevin, because, you know, he was a big fan of candy when he came into the league. It was kind of his vice. He said he would eat up to 2 pounds of candy in one sitting. I mean, that's just crazy. But he's hired a personal chef. He's eating better. He's taking care of his body. And it's important, obviously, as you get older and you're dealing with injuries. Anderson Varejao, a quality defensive center. Great rebounder, moves his feet well, anticipates, plays with a ton of energy, and he's one of those irritants. He gets under a lot of guys' skin.
And Varejao coming in to the league primarily as a defensive energy guy, but he's expanded his offensive skill set and has made great improvement as a passer. From his rookie season to now, he's more than doubled his rate of assists.
So it's the Cavaliers now, after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Irving passes to Waiters. Love at the elbow. The kick out to Irving. Offline with his three. And Varejao, a good decision maker, Steve, for a center. A 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio last year.
And he had a terrific season as a two-point jump shooter. You know, able to spread the defense out a little bit and operate from the high post.
Now Butler, following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. Goes up at the stripe. And it's rebounded by Anderson Varejao. The Cavaliers trail by 9. Here's Waiters. Rebounded by McDermott. McDermott's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Butler. Right through the D for the layup. Butler's got 9 points in the quarter.
He's created some good opportunities for himself and made the most of them.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
Doug McDermott was a high school teammate of Harrison Barnes back in Ames, Iowa. They helped the team win 53 straight games and back-to-back state titles. At the time, Barnes was seen as the surefire NBA prospect, but McDermott became a superstar in his own right, playing for his dad at Creighton.
A different look now for Cleveland. James checked in for Love. Harris comes in for Sean Marion. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. The Bulls also changing it up. Pau Gasol's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Heinrich in for McDermott. The Cavaliers trail by 11. And Doug McDermott ended up playing for his father at Creighton. Dad didn't take it easy on him either. And, do you think that, Clark, prepares him for playing under a demanding coach like Tom Thibodeau?
Without question, Kevin. I mean, you play for a demanding coach in college, and it prepares you for what you're going to face in a coach like Tom Thibodeau, who holds his guys to a high standard of accountability, demands an awful lot out of them in practice and in games. So I think Doug McDermott will be well prepared for what is going to be required as a member of the Bulls. Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
Yeah, and that's what's paved the way for them to build this big lead, no question.
Now here's Waiters. 10 points for him. LeBron is screen on Heinrich. Up off the screen. Gasol with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Bulls ball. Thompson, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Tristan Thompson. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Pau Gasol over the last few seasons dealing with a number of lower body injuries. Knee tendonitis, plantar fasciitis, groin, toe. I'll tell you, Kobe had suggested him to try to really slim down to lessen the pressure on his joints.
Looking at Cleveland since the All-Star break, we get a look at the numbers they've put up. First in fewest turnovers per game. Second in rebounding. And they're number 2 in assists. This is a team that loves to share the basketball.
And what's most impressive out of all those numbers, Clark, is the few turnovers that they commit. Because now all of a sudden you're executing, you're putting a lot of pressure on the defense because they know they're not going to force a lot of steals and get out in transition to find easy points.
On a 17-7 run. And Powell, never really the burly type, but for 7-footers, getting as light as possible can really reduce the pounding on those joints.
Yeah, it does. They say every 5 pounds takes some significant wear and tear off your joints. And we've certainly seen that be effective for Tim Duncan. He's leaned up considerably, and Powell able to play both power forward and center. I think the lighter weight will serve him well.
Here's Thompson after Pau Gasol's bucket. Waiters dishes to Thompson. The 3, 6 to shoot. Waiters no luck. The Bulls leading by 15. And Heinrich with the basket, the assist by Rose. Heinrich's got 5.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
Now here's Waiters. 10 points for him.
And they needed that hoop to try to stop this run.
They just seem to keep coming up empty. They've got to slow it down and get a good shot.
Bulls moving the ball around. Shots good from Butler.
It was a slow start for him, but he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly. Here's Harris, and here we go. By himself, and slam dunk by Butler.
Look at that lead up and down the court. They have been in complete control all night.
And it's kept this building as quiet as a library. These fans have had nothing to cheer for.
Now, here's Thompson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
Oh, it's been a turbulent quarter, really rough for him. Nothing going his way. But he seems determined to shoot his way out of it.
There's the screen. Outside Rose.
2 minutes remaining.
And Butler, here we go. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
Well, the shot was there for him, and he had to take it. I don't care if he didn't convert. He's got to take that every time.
Here's Heinrich. Drops it in from 11 feet. Heinrich's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, it's been all about pace and space with them. Tempo, the fast break points, just a huge advantage.
Yeah, they've been looking to push it all the time and to get that early offense, and they're doing it well.
Here's Dellavedova. James kicks to Dellavedova. Thompson in the post, defended by Gasol. Thompson with the bucket. 1:10 left in the second quarter. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Gentlemen, a close partnership between Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau and center Joakim Noah. Noah said, quote, "The way each of us sees the game can be totally different, but he'll fight anybody to win, and I will too." Noah says Thibodeau's changed too, adding, "He's opened up a lot more, asking how we're doing, what we're thinking." Kevin?
They're really the backbone of that team. Thanks, Doris.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second, getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And, you know, this lead is going to grow if they can continue to get to the free throw line.
The Bulls have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5. The first free throw is good. Mirotic, the 23rd pick back in 2011. The Bulls had to wait a while for him to come over. But, Steve, it looks like their patience will be rewarded.
Yeah, I mean, he was an MVP in the Spanish ACB league. But it's probably the best league in the world after the NBA. So a lot of NBA GMs really regarded him as the best international player outside the NBA last season.
Here's Dellavedova. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And finished off by LeBron.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was also safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
Might as well remove all doubt, right?
Here's Brooks. Following the score by Cleveland. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Dishes it to Mirotic. Fires the three, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Brooks has got 3 assists now in this one.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the 3-ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
But they'll get another chance. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. It's the Bulls running away with it. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Guys, I'm here with Kevin Love. And Kevin, facing a deficit at halftime, what do you guys need to do differently in the second half of this ball game?
Make shots. I mean, we're getting good ones. I don't know what it is. We had a day off. Should have got our legs under us in the second half, come out, go on a big run like we usually do, we'll be fine.
It's a make-or-miss league, Kevin. Thanks for the time. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at Jimmy Butler. He's really been playing well.
He went off in the first 2 quarters, guys, as he's capable of doing. We might see some changes here in the defensive approach they use on him in the second half.
Yeah, they've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him like he has been.
Taking a look at the Bulls, D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the backcourt. Inside, Gibson and Noah. And it's McDermott in at the 3 slot. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. And that's now 8 points for Kyrie Irving. The Bulls leading by 19 points. Here's Rose. Butler sets a screen for Rose. And they call an illegal screen here. And let's go quickly to the 2K leaderboard to see the ratings of the best passing 2 guards in basketball. You look at Butler, top 5 in the NBA, and his teammates love him.
That list of players just goes to show that great passing doesn't just come from the point. I mean, the way these guys distribute the ball from the 2 spot is really a thing of beauty.
And, Steve, if you want to take your place among the great shooting guards in the NBA, you have to be able to do more than score. You got to pass it as well. And a lot of these guys can.
Now here's Love. Butler with the block. Outside Rose. Pass to Noah. LeBron against Butler. He feeds it to Rose. Lets it go with the 3. And the Bulls, another 3.
Boy, he's so hard to stop, guys, because he poses a ton of matchup problems for the defense.
Outside Irving. There's the dish to Marion. Launches a 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Noah's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Butler passes to Rose. Feeds to Noah. There's the pass to Butler. Outside Rose. From 11 feet away, again Chicago.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put an extra body on him, get some help when he barrels his way in close. He's such a good finisher. He needs more than one guy to defend him.
Now, here is Irving. 8 points for him. Left side, Irving kicks it to Love. And the powerful one-handed slam.
He's so dominant in the low post. You just can't let him get the ball in there so tight.
Too easy. It was really simple for him to go to work there.
Rose against Irving. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Back to Rose. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Here's Butler. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. That's on LeBron James.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
The Bulls have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
I just got that.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Rose dishes to Noah. Back to Rose. The runner. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Rose has got 13 points.
Perfect on their first 3 shots now. That's the way to start the second half.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 8. Varejao setting the pick for LeBron. Love outside. Varejao trying to free himself up. And Love with the basket on the assist by LeBron. James has got his 4th assist in this one.
Timeout for the Bulls.
Chicago calls timeout.
Love is known for how explosive he can be on offense, but he still gets knocked on for his defensive prowess or lack thereof. He seems to be tiring of it, though, and has put in a lot of work. I think he's gotten better.
It's one thing to say that you did it. It's one thing to lie about your digits. It's one thing to say that you live it. It's another to admit it. But I admit I got all this paper, but the prettiest faces that's offered by nature. I drive a case, but use me cast.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, guys, Tom Thibodeau had some advice for his team in that last timeout. The strategy included running the offense through Noah. Their offense is most effective, Coach said, when he is most involved. And they're looking for total involvement from him for the rest of this game. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. I remember last season when Tyson Chandler had remarks about Love's defense, and Love just brushed it off. It's something he's heard before and has followed him even in his rise to the highest ranks of the NBA.
And I think it's been a bit of an overhyped and overstated problem for him. I mean, he does so much more on the court than people think. I don't think he'll ever be an NBA All-Star defender, but he's more than capable of holding his own at that end of the floor.
Now here's LeBron. He has 7. This one for 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Gibson's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Outside Rose. He dishes it to Butler. At the elbow, it's Noah to the left wing. Rose goes in, and the shot is good. Rose has got 15 points.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, and unfortunately, their offense in the paint hasn't been a whole lot better.
LeBron kicks to Irving. Love with the screen on Rose. Irving with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. There is Zhao, passes to Love. Here's Rose. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Rose has got 11 in the second half. Irving with the ball. He's got 8. Nice D from Rose. Chicago has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. He kicks it to McDermott. Pass to Gibson. McDermott, no one around him. The shot is off. Cavaliers go the other way with it. It's Marion with the drive.
Bulls foul call. Derrick Rose. That's his 2nd personal foul.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Man, they keep piling up the assists, guys. Great ball movement.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
So he gets them both. Here's Rose. 17 points in the game. Noah with a screen on Irving. In the corner, Gibson with it. The feed to Rose. Back to Gibson. Butler attacking. Just 5 on the clock. Here's McDermott. They get it back. Gibson. Shot is no good. Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. James outside. Outside Irving. James outside. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. James has got 9.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
Butler against Marion. They grab their own miss. Shot's good by Gibson. He's got 6.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until they prove they can stop them, I mean, they ought to continue to pound it in low.
Irving dishes to LeBron. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
As long as they keep spraying them from deep, we're going to have ourselves one exciting finish.
Well, it took them a while, but they're finally starting to get some rhythm offensively on the outside. Well, after all those struggles in the first half, he has really picked it up here in the second.
For Cleveland, they've gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Now here's James. He's covered closely. Irving drives in. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Irving's got 10 points.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Rose kicks to Butler. Noah with a screen on Marion. Now here's McDermott, covered by LeBron. Back to Butler. From deep. Out of bounds. Cleveland takes possession.
Taking a look here now at some numbers for Jimmy Butler. Showing up amongst the best. They love what they've seen from him the last couple of weeks. 4th in steals. And his 3-point field goal accuracy has been really impressive. He's ranked in the top 15.
Steve, he's a real ace defensively for him when you take a look at his steals per game average. I mean, whether it's getting into the passing lanes or taking the ball from ball handlers, he does both really well.
Outside Irving. Pass to James. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 5 assists in the game.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Now here's Rose. He's got 19. Butler passes to Gibson. And that one's good. Gibson's got 8.
Nice touch near the hoop.
The Cavaliers trail by 21. Outside Irving. Love with the screen for Irving. Dishes it to James. Lots of room. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Gibson's got 6 rebounds in the game. Now Rose. Butler, a screen on Irving. Rose kicks to Gibson. Back to Rose. High arcing shot. That's good. Rose has got 15 points in just the second half. Cleveland's gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Love with the screen for James. Rebounded by McDermott. McDermott's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Down low, got a piece of it. Stolen by Varejao. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. James dishes to Irving. Banked in off the glass. Irving's got 12 points in the game.
Well, he wasn't fazed at all by the bigger man on him, and on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Thompson, he's checked in for Varejao. Harris comes in for James. Waiters, he's checked in for Sean Marion. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Pau Gasol's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Butler. And Brooks subbed in for Rose.
That sort of epitomized this game, guys. One team going all out, getting rebounds and putbacks, and the other team just dragging.
Dellavedova kicks to Waiters. Love with the screen for Waiters. Misses from short range. The Bulls leading by 23. Heinrich passes to Brooks. He feeds it to Mirotic. Heinrich outside. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Mirotic's shot is off. Cavaliers have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Now let's go to the 2K leaderboard to look at the teams that specialize in intimidation. Second, the Cavaliers. Fourth, the Bulls.
You know what, Kevin? Both of these teams have more than a few guys that can come up with a game-changing block. I mean, they're tenacious around the rim. They take pride in not allowing shots to get to the basket.
That free throw, good from Dellavedova. And both free throws good for Dellavedova. 58 seconds left in the third quarter. And here is Brooks, looking for his first basket still in this one. Gasol setting the pick for Mirotic. Rebound, Love. Love's got his third rebound on the night. Dellavedova dishes to Thompson. Harris kicks to Waiters. Pass to Love. Here's Waiters. He's got 10. Stolen by Brooks. Gasol trying to free himself up. Brooks misses. The Cavaliers trail by 21. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
16 seconds left in the third. The dish to Heinrich. Feeds it to Gasol. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Gasol's got 8. Just 4 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Waiters. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's Chicago opening up a huge gap. We've got more in store for you right after this.
On tap this Saturday, April 11th, Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors go up against Dwayne Wade and the Miami Heat, live from Miami. Do not miss it.
The Bulls leading by 21. Tristan Thompson is out there with Kevin Love. Then there's Harris. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Waiters in at the 2-guard position. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Brooks kicks to Gasol. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. And that's now 10 points for Pau Gasol.
That bounce pass got him the ball in rhythm. Nice play.
Here's Dellavedova wing. Here's Love, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. They get Pau Gasol.
You look at what Love has done so far. He's got 10 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
Well, they might want to think about setting a few more screens for him to try to give him another open look or two.
Well, the league is making a push for more transparency with its officiating since last season, and I really think that's the way to go. They're sharing memos with teams and the media, and I think it's a great step, really. because, again, with all of the information and technology available, fans are able to see more and their expectations are higher. And when you can do it at a higher level and to help get things right, I think transparency is a good thing from the official standpoint. Help people understand how difficult their jobs are and the great job that they do as officials.
The Cavaliers trail by 21. Now here's Waiters. Thompson right side. Here's Dellavedova. Rebounded by McDermott. McDermott's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And when it comes to officiating, players have said the main thing they're concerned with is consistency.
That's right. You know, that way they can make the adjustment to how the game's being called. And I think you talk about that open dialogue and transparency. I mean, that can only help. Communicating how certain situations are going to be interpreted.
The Cavaliers shooting 40% from the field. Dellavedova kicks to Waiters. Harris setting the pick for Waiters. He dishes it to Thompson. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. Heinrich with it. And we're around 2 minutes into the 4th quarter here. McDermott passes to Brooks. Now here is Mirotic. D right on him. Clock at 4. Tries it from 19. And the Bulls tack on 2 more. Here's Dellavedova. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Kicks to Waiters. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. And that's 13 points for Dion Waiters.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
And Brooks, here we go. A quick shot there, and it's off target.
That was not pretty there. You got to make that one, but maybe that's not his range.
Pass to Dellavedova.
Well, the NBA is negotiating a new television deal, and there's a lot at stake. The league not just concerned with the financial figures, which of course are substantial, but also with making the game accessible to fans in this digital age.
Brooks with it. Picked up by Thompson. Brooks outside. He kicks to Heinrich. Brooks dishes to McDermott. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Cavaliers trail by 20. Here's Dellavedova, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Boy, they came out of the locker room at halftime with a much more physical disposition than they had in the first half.
Sure helps that they've gotten extra trips to the foul line here in the second, and that has to continue if they're going to complete this comeback.
Shooting for Cleveland, Matthew Dellavedova. At the line for 2.
First free throw is good. A different look now for Cleveland. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Love. James comes in for Harris. And Irving subbed in for Dion Waiters. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gasol. Gibson comes in for Mirotic. Butler, he's checked in for Kirk Heinrich. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Brooks. Now here's Butler. Now the feed to McDermott. Butler up top. Takes a shot at the elbow, and he overshot that one, missing.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
James kicks to Irving. Passes it to Dellavedova. With the shot. And LeBron gets it to go with the assist from Dellavedova. 16 points for LeBron. The Bulls leading by 17. Rose passes to McDermott. Dishes to Gibson. McDermott with the screen for Gibson. Rose gets a wide open look, and it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
He's been a different guy in the second half, guys. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Verjao with a screen on Rose. Irving kicks to LeBron. That's short off the rim.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Inside, here's Butler. Cavaliers with the rebound.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Irving with the ball, and Rose picks him up defensively. Here's Dellavedova. James kicks to Irving. Cleveland moving the ball around. Here's Thompson. Rebound by the Bulls. Gibson's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Rose dishes to Gibson. Butler passes to Noah. Here's McDermott. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
Doug McDermott. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
You know, there's been some debate over the idea of the quote-unquote hot hand. One study implied that it actually doesn't exist. I always felt as a player that, you know, as soon as I felt the ball go through the hoop a couple times, I was much more likely to make that next one.
And Cleveland making a change here. Marion's checked in.
A surreal alley-oop that time, partner.
The pass, Clark, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
Precision at its finest.
Man, and it all had to be perfect and in precision. That's not nearly as easy as they made it look.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Well, that hot hand study, Clark, we were talking about a little bit earlier, they realized it didn't take into account how difficult the shots were. And, you know, hot players take those heat check shots.
Yeah, they do. They do. And not to mention, they draw more defensive attention once they get on the roll. So I think it comes back to common sense. Definitely try to get a hot player the ball, but above all else, you want quality shots.
And it's Irving missing. Chicago leading by 18. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Here's Noah. Rebounded by Marion. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Outside Irving. Back to LeBron. Marion setting the pick for LeBron. And he gets it to go.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Boy, the ball movement's been fantastic here the last few possessions.
The Bulls have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Rose kicks it to Noah. Irving against Rose. That's blocked. James up top, covered by Noah. James dishes to Irving. He feeds it to Verjao. It's Marion with the drive. The kick out to LeBron. That 3 off the mark. Chicago leading by 16. Rose passes to Gibson. Butler kicks to Gibson. Rose dishes to Butler. To the wing on the left. To end the drought. Off the left rim and out.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Outside Irving. Pick by Verjao. Irving kicks to Marion. Jacks up a 3. The shot is off. And the Bulls going the other way now. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando and they'll take on the Magic. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And James throws it down.
Maybe that'll ignite. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geek.
That's what those alley-oops do, though.
Here's Noah following the basket by LeBron James. Noah, the pass to Rose. Feeds it to McDermott. And it's Rose penetrating and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Derrick Rose has always had an effective floater. It's a must-have shot for any point guard. He said he developed it on the playgrounds of Southside Chicago. You didn't call fouls, so you just had to find a way to get your shot off before the contact.
Free throw drops for Rose.
Oh my God.
And Rose working to develop his floater with, Steve, his left hand as well.
Well, you don't see many players who can make a floater with either hand. I mean, something like that with his quickness, that would be impossible to defend.
Love check in for Cleveland. And he can't hit the second.
You know, guys, every coach would love to play his star player every minute of an NBA season, but it's impossible given the limits of endurance and the risk of injury. It's basically a balancing act. I think teams are becoming wiser, though, in terms of keeping players fresh and helping them recover between games. He's done a ton to help his team, guys, and he may have to do more if they're going to come back and win.
And looking at player recovery, now with the ability to track player movement, either with cameras or even sensors that players can wear, teams are better able to measure the workload of players, helping them make decisions about where rest is needed and when it's needed, and even help them predict when there's a risk of injury, and that's really a golden bullet. And again, another example.
McDermott with the screen for Rose. In the corner, it's Noah. Pass to McDermott. Now the dish to Rose. Three-pointer, and that one's good. Rose has got 6 points in the quarter. And guys, across sports, the key to winning is keeping your star players available.
Well, teams are learning a lot from player tracking. You know, for one, morning shoot-arounds may be more draining than we realized, so some teams are cutting those down. And also, athletes do better with frequent short rests, so subbing often can leave players with more energy in crunch time.
Chicago calls timeout.
Well, it was only recently that the Cavs fans were worried that they'd lose Kyrie Irving in free agency, much like they'd lost LeBron. Now, not only has LeBron returned, but the Cavs have locked up Irving to a long-term contract.
I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Tom Thibodeau was giving to his team. He said, we are this close to finishing them off, but the job is not done yet, and I don't want to see any let-up out there. We'll see how well his point got across, guys.
That rebound and the follow kind of typify what he's all about. Just gritty, determined play.
And remember last season, a fan who ran out in the court was wearing a shirt saying, Kyrie, don't go. The fans were definitely, Clark, getting nervous.
And what a terrific turnaround for this franchise. I mean, last season struggling with chemistry concerns. Help has now arrived in a big way, and the mood around this city and the team has taken a complete 180.
And he gets it to go.
An example right there, guys, of how even as their lead grew into a big one, they never started coasting.
That's the truth. I mean, they've been in charge of this game all the way through.
Now here's James. The pass to Love. Lets it fly from 18. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got his 7th assist here tonight. The Bulls leading by 16. Outside Rose. He dishes it to Butler. Back to Rose. Soft touch off the glass. Rose has got 29.
And so here we go, just rolling along to the finish line in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Bulls.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the other team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? It's got to be frustrating to shoot so poorly when the other team is on fire.
And reaching an impressive milestone on the year, this will be win number 60. And guys, they have played so well this season. I think pretty much any given night, they've come in with that swagger and attitude, and they've really backed it up.
This will be their third win in 4 tries against this team. Not too shabby.
To say the least, you could see how much they wanted this win. For two very familiar opponents, a win in the season series carries a lot of extra weight.
You always need role players to step up and help, and that was the case here as everything was working for Rose. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do anything, really, to stop him.
Chicago's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. McDermott with the screen for Rose. That's good from McDermott on the assist by Rose.
They didn't take their time wrapping this game up. They pretty much did it in a hurry.
Yeah, they had a nice spurt to polish this one off.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Kicks to Love. The tray. Chicago grabs the miss. Rose dishes to Butler. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, congratulations on the win here tonight, Joakim. You can see the enthusiasm and passion with which this team is playing, and in a tough building, too.
This is a big win for us. Being able to take one on the road like this is huge. Now we got a little momentum. Stay focused, and this is what it's all about. It's a lot of fun.
Good luck sustaining it, Joakim. Thank you. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose.